Hello, friends. Today we're going to learn about one of the systems of the human body, the excretory system. The excretory system is made up of the urinary system and the sweat glands. But do you know the function of this system? Just like cars get rid of what they don't need through the exhaust pipe, the human body also has to eliminate certain substances. Excretion is the removal of toxic substances that are present in our body, which could be harmful if they remain in our body. And what is responsible for collecting all of this waste that we don't need? Blood. Will you join me to discover what components make up the urinary system and the sweat glands? Let's go! Urinary system. The main organs of the urinary system are the kidneys. They're dark red and bean-shaped. They're responsible for filtering waste from the blood. They act like strainers. The blood arrives with toxins it has collected from all over the body, and when it leaves, it's clean. It's like magic. And all that waste, where do you think it goes? That's right, to urine. Urine is made up of those waste substances that the kidneys have been eliminating from the blood. However, urine contains a very high water percentage. Guess how much? 95%. Urine travels from the kidneys through tubes called ureters until it reaches the bladder. But what is the bladder? The bladder is a balloon-shaped organ that stores urine. Once it's full, urine is expelled outside the body through a tube called the urethra. Urination, or peeing, is what we call this liquid expulsion. Sweat glands. Let's move on to another organ of the excretory system, the skin. And why is that? Because underneath it we have sweat glands, which are also responsible for cleansing our body's blood by expelling sweat. But what exactly is sweat? Sweat is a liquid that our body generates when we're hot or when we exercise. We expel sweat out through our pores located on our skin. Did you know that 99% of sweat is water? The other 1% is made up of salts and substances that our body expels out. Sweating is also a method of cooling our body, which helps regulate body temperature. In 1 hour of intense exercise, our body can produce between 3 and 4 liters of sweat. Incredible! Don't forget to drink some water when you do sports. Today, we have learned that our body expels 2 types of toxic waste substances: urine, thanks to the urinary system, and sweat through pores located on the skin. Interesting, isn't it? See you soon!
How does sound travel? Sound is made when something vibrates and waves of energy or vibrations are sent into our ears. Sound vibrations travel in a wave pattern. This is why we call them sound waves. When an object vibrates, it creates sound waves. Each sound wave bumps into the air particles which are closest to them. This then causes the air particles next to them to vibrate. The vibration is passed from one air particle to the next, which carries the sound along. Eventually, the air particles close to your eardrum vibrate. When the sound waves bounce against your eardrum with enough energy, We call it hearing. The eardrum passes the vibrations through the middle ear to the inner ear. The inner ear is also known as the cochlea. Here, there are thousands of tiny hair cells. They change the vibrations into electrical signals, which are then sent to the brain via the hearing nerve. The brain tells you that you are hearing a sound and what it is. The further away from the original source of the sound you are, the quieter or fainter the sound will be. This is because the waves lessen until they don't have the strength to vibrate any other particles. The size of the vibration is called the amplitude. The stronger the vibrations, the louder the sound or the bigger the amplitude. Quieter sounds have a smaller amplitude. The vibrations travel through the air to the ear, but did you know that sound doesn't just travel through air? It can travel through solid, liquids, and gases. As long as there are particles to bounce off of, then sound is able to travel. However, if there are no particles to bounce off of, the sound is unable to move. This is why there is no sound in a vacuum, as there are no particles to vibrate the sound.
Let's find out what energy is, what its properties are, and what types of energy exist. Energy is anything that has the capacity to produce a change in matter. If you look around, you'll see that energy is present everywhere. For example, cars move thanks to energy produced by motor combustion. The blades of the mill start moving thanks to the energy produced by the wind. We can walk or jump thanks to the energy we get from food. You should know that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Energy can only be transferred from one object to another. For example, energy in the air can be transformed in electricity, and this can be transformed in thermal energy to warm a room by means of a radiator. We obtain energy from two sources: renewable and non-renewable. Renewable energy refers to all those limitless energy sources present in nature, like wind, for example, sunlight, or sea waves. Non-renewable energy refers to the limited energy sources that we exhaust with use, like oil or coal. Energy possesses four fundamental properties you should know about. Energy transforms. For example, when we use a battery for a flashlight, the chemical energy in the battery transforms in electric energy. Energy is transferred from one object to another. For example, when we mix hot and cold water, thermal energy passes from hot water to cold water. Energy is transported and can move from one place to another. This way, energy travels through electric cables and reaches our houses. Energy can be stored. For example, mobile phone batteries are used for storing energy. Let's recap. Energy transforms, is transferred, and can also be transported and stored. Thermal energy, that is also called heat energy, is transferred with heat. Mechanical energy is created by two objects, owing to their movement. Electric energy is carried by electric currents. Chemical energy is found in substances like food or fuel. Light energy that is present in the light. Eolic energy that comes from the wind. Or hydraulic energy, which we obtain thanks to the flow of water. It's easy to understand that energy is essential for life because it causes all changes to occur in the world around us.
fuck 'em.